Hey guys, this is Jasu and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Tactics 4 Job Fiesta. And yeah, we're just gonna try to kick things back just a little bit. Got a little heated last episode, so we're just gonna try to relax this time around. I've done a few things off camera since the last time you guys saw me. A little bit of shopping. I bought that bracelet for Beef. That'll protect him from the slow in this next fight, so that'll be a good thing. In fact, I got bracelets for pretty much everybody, except for T-Bone. Or you know what I was gonna get? I was gonna replace his wizard's clothing to just give him that little extra bit of HP. Every little bit helps. This fight is turning out to be quite the doozy. The last few fights, actually, have been, rather challenging. So it seems to me at this point that our party's falling a little bit behind on the power curve when it comes to just the way these story battles are ramping up. So what we're going to do in this video is just do a little bit of grinding, just to help us get past this next fight. Because if I'm honest, I actually did a lot more than just shopping off camera. I actually tried and failed that fight an additional 6 or 7 times, I think. And it turns out, I know I mentioned this on camera, I don't remember exactly when, but it was, yeah, about the victory condition and how I wasn't sure whether or not you had to just kill Gafgarian or kill all of them. And I never actually did bother to stop and check, like during any of the previous episodes. Turns out that, yeah, you have to kill all of the enemies anyways for that fight, so it turns out that we weren't even close to getting them, so yeah, that's kind of terrible. Nevertheless, I do have a strategy. We have a goal in mind for this little bit of grinding we're gonna do. Basically, Beef is fine, really. I don't think he has anything big coming to him that'll really help him that much, or I guess aim plus 3 or 4 might help him a bit get that, that little bit of extra flexibility when the CTs just don't work out quite right for you to get the 2 or the 5. So yeah, he don't really care about Beef gaining anything. Sirloin, I've worked out a new strategy for the fight. I want Sirloin in Party 2 for sure. And what I want, the goal with him is actually to get him up to move plus 3. That'll let him just fly out of the corner right from the start of the fight. And basically he's just going to run away before he gets killed, ideally. And just sit in the corner singing, buffing up everyone's HP. And then we're going to play the battle real slow. Now that we know what the actual objective is, that we have to kill everybody, not just Gafgarian. We don't want to just like rush forward and try to burst him down or anything. We want to play it slow and cautious, make it a war of attrition on our terms. And oh yeah, and a bunch of stuff I learned about the fight off camera too. For example, Gafgarian is vulnerable to a lot of status effects here, or not Orator, Mystic. He's vulnerable to Confuse, which I think I might have triggered on camera, I don't remember. He's also vulnerable to Sleep, which is the big one. Pretty much our whole strategy for the fight is going to be to sleep Gafgarian, and since she knows that already, there's nothing too crucial here. Or actually, one thing I thought might help would be maybe to... Or actually, I do know Trepidation right now. I guess Confuse could help too. We'll just have her gain a... get whatever she gets in these next couple fights and see how much JP she gets and what she gets. But the other big one is I want move plus 2 on T-Bone, and that'll basically just help her get out of the fray. I was having some difficulty keeping her away from the enemy knights, who tend to have the battle boots most of the time, so they have the same movement as her, so she really can't get away from them. So the move plus 2 will help her out with that. And ideally, we're going to get all of this done. Wonderful, things are going our way already. Ideally, I'd like to get this done in just one clean fight. T-Bone has a really easy way to just get free basically infinite free JP off an enemy if we can disable one of them. Just get them down to the last enemy, sleep them, or something like that. And then T-Bone can just steal Gil off them forever until we get all the JP we need. Sirloin, pretty much the same thing. He can just sit there singing until we're done. All of this looks good. Now this can be annoyingly, this is the only map that we have access to at this point in the game when it comes to random battles. Which can be... it's not exactly ideal. There are some annoying enemies that can show up on this map that can make it a bit tough to sort of set your own pace for the battle and grind all the JP you want. And indeed we got... oh wow, that's the first time I've seen that purple panther right there. But yeah, no, particularly I'm talking about the mind flayers there. Yeah, they can confuse and berserk your party members, and as far as I can tell, berserk never wears off, so if they manage to get that off on someone, we are just not going to be able to, yeah, drag out this fight and get the JP we want, not by any means. Fortunately, I think we can get away with this, or get away from this guy. I think what we want to do, actually... so, 1, 2, 3... can I actually even see the range on this Mind Blast thing? Okay, so it's vertical range 1, range 2, so effectively 4 spaces with a vertical range of 1. So if he moves here, 1, 2, 3, 4, but... 4, so okay, so if we're back about here, he can't hit us with that, and then basically what we want to do... or you know what, no, the vertical range is the rate for the radius, not the casting range. That's stupid, so she's gonna get berserked. And, yeah, that basically means my whole plan is probably gonna go up in flames here. Oh well, maybe he'll miss. Who knows, we could get lucky. I might as well... oh, and he went too, so... we basically want to go hard on these enemies and then spare the last one of them. So yeah, we're going to get a full charge off on that goblin there. And yeah, we definitely want Brisket to get out of there and not get mind blasted, because she could actually probably single-handedly take out our entire party if she gets confused and we get unlucky. Oh wow, that is a... oh no, he's not going to get that one. Still, that is... still a killer repose, and actually to sleep on the goblin would actually make him take extra damage from the charge and probably one-shot him. So yeah, I think T-Bone is gonna get... yeah. So best case is a miss. A berserk... oh hey, wow. I don't think we're gonna actually... or you know what? We can get him singing later. What I really want to do now is burst down this Mind Flayer, so I think we're just going to attack him, actually. Oh, that's not bad. We might give him a little taste of his own medicine. Ah, oh well. Because yeah, what we really want to do is take out these Mind Flayers before they berserk or confuse anyone. Confuse would actually be less annoying than berserk, because we can actually basically just take that off people at our leisure. 5, you know what? If I go here, I don't think they can get through. Because yeah, this guy's got, what, 4 movement? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess he could get to us this side there. 2, 3. Yeah, we'll just take it slow. Or, actually, yeah, this guy goes first. Probably that Panther is gonna... okay, it doesn't matter, we're gonna miss anyways. Oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. That should one-shot that goblin. Fantastic. And, you know, we're gonna be getting a few levels along the way too, so that's beneficial. Ooh, that was a medium-sized hit. If we can take out just one of them, even... that would just give him one less charge of Mind Blast. Ooh. We're gonna go for the sure thing. I think that actually gives him, like, a killer Mind Blast on, like, 3 of us here. I probably could have played that a little bit better. We might have to do a second fight here, is what's probably going to end up happening in the end. Yeah. Oh well, this is going to be a quick fight anyways, so I think we just want to, I don't know, cast what we can just for the JP. Or actually, you know what we could do? Yeah, I'll just do a blind repose, I think, so that he doesn't come forward and go for that multi-targeting Mind Blast. Or you know what? Oh, he's actually smarter than it. Oh, he's going for the ink? Oh, that's fantastic. And it doesn't even do anything to Beef because he's got concentration, so he can't miss no matter what. Oh, that's hilarious. Ow. I was... If I was paying attention there, I thought that said 90%. I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it was 9%. It was probably 9%. There's no way it would have missed otherwise. So he walked right into the repose. That went exactly according to plan. Yeah, we can just have her smack him around a little bit. Speed this fight up. And we'll have her wait to save the CT. What's he doing? Oh, he's going for the side hit, of course. Now's the point where I think we start making with the life song, just to make sure that nothing too horrible happens to us. I'm actually going to back up and go for the charge on that guy. Oh, you know what? I probably don't even need it. Yeah, he's just dead, just with the regular attack. Why bother? Now, I think what we actually want to do is somehow kill off this guy, because this is the more dangerous of them. Blaster, I think Blaster is like Petrify, or like Stop or something? Stone and Stop, so I think we actually want to kill that guy, if we can. Well, we can't make it there just yet, so we'll just give this guy a smack along the way. Oops. Okay, I guess we're going in on this guy after all. I think we're just going to wait to save the CT. And he's going to start making with the Life Anthem, not only because we're low on HP, but also because it's the fastest song, so that'll get him his JP faster than anything else will. I guess we could do the Magic song, or the MP song too, but that'd be kind of dumb. And yeah, we don't want to... I guess we could steal Heart on him, just to make sure that he doesn't ruin us when he wakes up. I think I actually like that idea. Okay, good. And yeah, Beef is just not going to be able to do anything. Oh, really? I thought she could move 3 spaces. I guess we'll just have her Empowerment for the MP. Don't like the odds on that, but oh well. It's the odds we've got. Sometimes you just gotta accept the odds that you're given in these kinds of games. Oh, you know what? That kind of reminds me. Yeah, I promised I was going to talk about XCOM at the end of the last video. I don't know if I want to right now, though. It's like I said, I kind of want this to be a relaxed, like, you know, just kind of a chill out, simmer down kind of video. Because I was actually, like I said, I attempted that fight a few extra times. I actually got really, really angry. And they were terrible videos, which is the reason why I didn't put them up. It was pretty much just 2 solid hours of me, or I guess probably closer to 90 minutes of me just cursing at my computer screen. Not even really cursing that much. It's not even rage, just like a lot of sighing and just bitching about RNG, which, you know, is what you do. Oh, was that? Oh, right, because that wasn't Sirloin's turn. That was just him singing. That's right. Oh, well. What I actually would have really liked for this fight is if we could have gotten archers, because they appear on this map quite a bit. And I'd love to get some damage on this guy before he wakes up. We're probably going to have Beef finish it off just with the big charge attack. Oh, damn. Oh, he's still charmed, though, so we're good. I wonder how we're doing for JP, so... Oh, T-Bone has made it, so she's got the 520 she needs for the move up. And I imagine Sirloin... Yeah, Sirloin's not quite there. He'll probably need to sing. maybe 3 or 4 more times. Probably 4. In the meantime, what do we do? Probably just, yeah, go here, get the MP back. And I guess we just sleep him again. I mean, he will move away before it finishes, but... Anyways, what the hell. I can... Yeah, I can talk about XCOM without losing my cool, I think. Because, yeah, and the last time I talked a little bit about, you know, RNG and when it's okay in games and when it's not. There's, like, sort of a lot of criteria, I think. It's obviously kind of less of a thing in like a player versus player game, or specifically like a real life, like board game, like face-to-face situation, because you can just kind of laugh it off, and it's just, you know, you're just like chatting and having a good time, you know the kind of real-life face-to-face board game type atmosphere, and that's all good. Don't mind a little bit of randomness in those kinds of games. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna get T-Bone slept. Oh well, we can just hit her to wake her up. Is everyone at full health now? haven't even been paying attention. Oh yeah, he's not even gaining he's not even gaining experience anymore. Yeah, we'll give her a... Oh wait, no, she hasn't been hit with it yet. I'm just not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh well, I guess that got him some... Oh, actually, that's not a bad move, because now the rousing song will actually hit her for the next couple goes of it. But no, we want to hit her after she gets put to sleep by the repose. Oh, or did it go off and I just didn't pay attention? I guess that happens. Oh yeah, I guess it's pretty low chances. Uh-oh. I don't know, if this goes off, I don't have anywhere to cure it. Got lucky, though. Anyways. Yeah, XCOM is like the kind of... It's a game that I really expected to like. It's just... It was really hyped. Like, not just hyped, it was acclaimed. Like, people were crazy about XCOM. I have friends who are, like, addicted to that game. I've got a friend who's put, like, several hundreds of hours into the new XCOM game. And I was really looking forward to it. Like, or I say that as a, like, to explain, like, I didn't buy it right away. I waited for it to go on sale, and it took quite a while before I was able to get it for kind of a cheaper price on Steam. But yeah, eventually, I think just maybe a little under a year ago, I finally picked up XCOM. And it was just about the most disappointing thing I think I'd ever experienced. I did not care for XCOM at all. And it all came down to the notion of bad randomness. Like, the whole game, as far as I can tell... Okay. To recap, good randomness. Good randomness is sort of initiated by the player from a variety of options. Like, if you have no options, then randomness sucks, because you're just rolling dice and just seeing what comes up. It's better if you have like a bunch of... If you get to choose your dice, that's kind of the metaphor I like to use. It's like if you're just rolling a die and hoping that your number comes up, that kind of sucks. But if you get to choose, like, which type of dice you're gonna throw, that's a lot more interesting. You get to kind of choose your level of risk in that way. That's a lot of what goes on in Final Fantasy Tactics that I really like. You've got a bunch of options, all with different, varying degrees of randomness associated with them, but varying degrees of reward as well. And sort of choosing how big a risk you're going to take is a lot of the fun, and seeing those risks either pay off or not is a lot of the fun of the game. Unfortunately, when you're playing against the AI, there's not really a lot of fun in seeing the AI have their big risks pay off against you. Like I mentioned, it kind of just feels like just random bullshit happens to you, and there's just not really anything you can do about it. There's no room for counterplay a lot of the time. And XCOM kind of failed in both regards. I felt like I didn't have enough strategic options at my disposal in XCOM, and it felt to me like it was just the enemies throwing random bullshit at me, and there wasn't... You have limited ways to sort of mitigate the nasty shit the enemy does to you, but not nearly enough. a lot of the time they just pop out of the fog of war and then shoot at you, and then your guys are perma-dead, and then you're just fucked at that point. How is Sirloin doing if he's got his JP, which I think he should by now? Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I don't want to wake him up, though, because then he might, Or actually, do I know Steel experience? Because she's a bit behind. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know it yet, because it costs, like, 250 JP. But yeah, it's like XCOM, it's like basically, that thing where you're just... You only got, like, a couple different options. Basically, you can choose to roll the dice, or you can fire a missile or grenade or whatever, and you have like one missile and one grenade per fight, per character. So it's basically your options are limited to you throw dice at the enemy, or you use one of your extremely limited resources to not have to throw dice. Oh, that didn't work. But 90% of the time in that game, you're just throwing... You up in the enemies, line up behind cover, and throw dice at each other. And on the easy difficulty, the dice are heavily weighted in your favor, so your guys hardly ever die. And on the hard difficulty, the dice are heavily weighted against you, so that your guys die all the frickin' time, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And I don't know, I really didn't like that game at all. And like so I figured, okay, there must be something I'm getting here, because clearly, like, I'm sucking at this. Surely there are people out there who understand the game and know the strategy and know how to get good at it. And apparently a lot of getting good at the game involves kind of the higher level, like the strategic layer, like outside of battle, where you're picking your research and your upgrades and your facility and all that, where basically it seems like you have a lot of options there, and there's like a lot of different ways you can build up your base and a lot of tech to research and stuff, but really if you don't, or at least in the early game, if you don't proceed down like a very specific path, where you basically try to get up your satellites as fast as possible, you basically can't keep up with the enemy. Or you know what, okay, so that should give me line of sight. Okay, good. Good. And you know what? He can't actually move from there, so I might as well... okay, I'll wait for a bit, and then we'll start this party. I'm actually getting JP and experience well beyond what I needed here, so that's kind of alright. I might end up just doing this dumb fight for the whole video, but... Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, XCOM. So I looked up like YouTube videos of people who play the game a lot, and yeah, as far as I could tell, like most of what I was doing wrong was at the strategic layer, where I just didn't have the right build order, so my equipment sucked, or I didn't get to improve my equipment quickly enough, and so the enemies would just outpace me, and I couldn't keep up. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start in on this guy. And that should take him out. There we go. And yeah, so it kind of irritated me, where it's like, oh, this thing that I thought was cool about the game, where I've got all these strategic options as far as, like, research and base building, when really, at least in the early parts of the game, you don't really have any options, or it's like you have all these options, but most of them lead to you just being overwhelmed and losing in the long run, and really you need to just sort of puzzle out the optimal tech route, and I just didn't like that at all. And I don't know, the game just... I really didn't like XCOM. Anyways, so I think we got enough JP for everything, and it's... Yeah, and I don't know, and I thought it's like, okay, maybe I just suck at the game, but then I looked at people who like play the game a ton, and they're like... Their die rolls aren't any better than mine. They're like losing people all the time as well. It's just they're apparently, from what I can tell, the early game is super tough, but if you play your cards right with the research and the base building, your dudes will get stronger faster than the enemies will. Game's got like this other weird thing to it that I don't like in games. A lot of games these days, especially these days, I feel, have this weird like reverse difficulty curve going on, where it's like you're, especially like RPGs or any sort of game with character building or like upgrades and enhancements and that kind of stuff, where it's like your player character will get stronger at a faster rate than like the game's challenges, so the game just gets easier and easier over time. I've seen a lot of games that go that way these days, like The Witcher 3, or actually Witcher 2 as well, just the Witcher games in general were like that. What was it? There was an RPG. I don't remember. I think it was one of the Tales games. It was like that as well. One of the more recent ones. And I don't know, it's just a really common problem that I see these days. And from what, and I didn't actually play enough XCOM to get to the late game. But from what I've seen, based on like YouTube videos, it looks to me like this, like XCOM had the same problem. And I don't know, the game was just like a big miss for me. There was almost nothing that I liked about it in the end. And yet it's almost universally acclaimed, the new XCOM, and I just don't get it. I think it's a really bad game, and I don't even understand what people see in it. But oh well, that's fine. I actually did play. I played a little bit of the old XCOM as well. I bought it on GOG.com like ages ago. I didn't play tons of it. I didn't finish like a full campaign, but that one looked. I enjoyed that one like a lot more. I thought there was just mostly down to the fact that which of these do I want? Got some cool. Like I'm thinking probably just go with the chicken, but we could go for the confusion. The thing is, even with all our new upgrades, I don't know if this is actually going to be enough to win this fight. So I think I'll... Okay. We'll do the thing we do where we save. And then... yeah, save. And then pick our upgrade so we can change it later on if we want. Okay, so we got jump, move, defense boost. Oh, yeah, move +2. Okay, so that should do it for the stuff we're gonna save. And then... I guess we just... Oh, no, before we go try it, I think I'm gonna try out Confuse this fight. There's a lot of variance, like, not only is there a bunch of, like, randomness as to whether the Confuse will hit, but there's also randomness as to whether or not the confused enemy will do anything helpful, or whether they'll just hit you anyway. Berserk would be horrible, because yeah, our biggest problem in this fight is physical damage. Yeah, we're gonna take the Delirium for now. And oh wow, I don't actually... but the hell. We'll give this one go when we're still relaxed. I can just split the video if it goes long.